Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. Let's see. No KRISK, Hydra Clash. Here we go. This adjusted a little bit. Okay, the video's live. Lugia, as far as my wife goes, she's doing good. She can't move, well, she can move. She can't put any weight on that foot, so she's very, very limited as far as what she can actually do. So it's really just laying down with her foot propped up. She did get up a little bit today to go organize a few things, but it's very limited. And she's gonna be like this for several weeks, possibly months. We don't know. It depends on how fast everything actually heals up. But so far it seems good. She's getting a little bit of feeling back in her toes. 3 toes in the middle. We're possibly gonna die. But so far it seems like, as of yesterday night, she's actually feeling a little bit more. Getting some like shocking, tingling sensations, which is a good sign, like for nerve damage, healing. So we think that everything's going good. We think that she's gonna keep her toes. And then, yeah, after that, it's really just move in to take everything that's on the outside, all the pins and everything, putting them on the inside. And then she can probably move on to like a boot, I guess, I don't know. But then maybe it'll start moving around just a little bit more, especially as the swelling and all that kind of nonsense goes down. But overall, she's in a lot less pain, much more manageable. She is, I'd say, out of the thick of it, but it's still going to be, who knows? We originally told like a few months, like 2 or 3 months, but now it's actually seeming like 2 or 3 months before we even get out of this first stage. And then she has another surgery, of course. So she'll have to have a surgery to go back inside. Yeah, so it's gonna be a long process for sure, but she keeps all her toes. She's told she can't run again, but who knows? I've heard people told they can't do certain stuff and they still do it. So we'll see. What's going on, James? How you doing, dude? The Beyblade Kid, welcome. But today, we're going to be doing a little bit of Hydra action with Corpulent Cadaver. He's like the hot topic recently. My wife, Beyblade, my wife. Which is why I haven't been doing as many videos as normal. I've still been trying to be as active as possible. My time is much more limited. But today, we're going to do stuff with Corpulent Cadaver. Now, the biggest thing, my most recent video was people saying, well, my most recent Hydra video, people saying, can this team be done without KRISK? I said in the video that it could. People don't believe me. People do not believe it. They say, no, it can't do it. Don't believe it. Do it without it. This is my clan, the Coliseum. If anybody is looking to push in Hydra, pushing in CVC, you want to join a clan, got 2 spots left. We got 2 spots available. You're more than welcome to join. I don't like the changes they've made, honestly, to now you got to line up CVC, you got to line up Hydra Clash, you got to line up the resets. Like, you have 30 or 40 minutes to actually change clans if you don't want to miss out on your rewards, which isn't a good system, I don't think. Like, moving members is going to be a pain because you're going to lose a week of stuff. And nobody wants to lose out on stuff, right? What's going on, Kuro? How you doing? This is my clan. We are recruiting, so. But as far as today, Hydra, I want to talk about, so my original team was this right here. This is the team that I did the good damage with. You see we got Corpulent Cadaver, KRISK, Anchorite, Lydia, Emic, and Brogni. So with this, Corpulent does the damage, KRISK is amazing. Brogni, or Anchorite, extends buffs as well. Lydia, very, very helpful. Emic, great, and Brogni, great. Now when I drop KRISK, KRISK is a mischief tank, as well as a buff extender, as well as a decreased speed champion, as well as a provoke possible champion. I was really wanting the mischief tank to still be viable. There's one champion specifically who can do mischief tanking fantastic. Actually could be a 1-to-1 swap for KRISK, and I think would work fantastic, amazing. For that team specifically, just a 1-to-1 swap, no problem whatsoever. And that is the Sylvan Watcher champion, Dudan the Runic. Wherever he's at. Is he Sylvan Watcher? Yeah, Dudan. For some reason, I fed this champion. I didn't know I fed him, but he has an A3 ability that places counterattack on himself. He only has to use it 1 turn, and then you just continually extend it, and he never drops a counterattack. So he'll always be attacked by the mischief, which is incredible. And his A2 extends the duration of buffs. It's on a 4-turn cooldown, so a little bit longer, but I think he'd be amazing. However, I don't have any copies of him, so I had to get a little more creative with this. I had to think, okay, well, I need a champion. I need to make sure I keep increased speed. I don't want to drop that. I got to make sure I have somebody who can mischief tank. I got to keep my buff extenders, my buff duration extenders, and I want to keep Emic. Emic is helping Brogni do more of his A2, so more shield growth quicker. He's helping my buff extenders get more times to use their buff extensions. So thinking of other champions was kind of difficult. I realized that I'm not going to be able to swap out another buff extender because there's not a whole lot of different buff extenders. So instead, I was like, okay, who else can I switch in the team? Corpulent Cadaver can't be swapped. Anchorite, I think, is the best in his spot. Lydia could possibly be swapped. Emic could be swapped, but then you change up the team quite a bit, and I don't really want to do that. Emic is a huge help in my team. So I'm keeping Emic and I'm keeping Brogni. So if I'm keeping Brogni, keeping Emic, keeping Anchorite, dropping KRISK for sure, can't use him, and then keeping Cadaver, it's okay. I got one spot to fill that has to be a buff extender because I need 2 of them at least. So KRISK, whoever fills this role, has to extend buffs. And then Lydia's spot, okay, could possibly be changed, but what else do I need? So this is what I have currently I'm going to test out. I have Godseeker Aniri for buff extension. Her A2 ability extends durations of buffs and also decrease the duration of enemy buffs, which is great. So like she can kind of strip, kind of like a soft strip, which is pretty cool. And then I was like, okay, let's go with Ragash. Ragash brings a lot of really cool stuff. He brings increased speed, which is what Lydia was bringing, also a strengthen. So both the things that Lydia brings. Also places a perfect veil on this champion for 2 turns. However, the slight issue is that his passive ability also places perfect veil on the ally with the highest attack, which is going to be Brogni. I don't want anything stolen from Brogni whatsoever. So there's one more interesting part about this kit. His A1 always places increased defense on Ragash, which he's going to be using his A1, so he has increased defense. Common theme is nobody else on this team has increased defense. So therefore, Ragash is ideally going to be the main focus of the Mischief Head. And the second target is going to be Brogni. Unfortunately, my Brogni is not built for very high resistance. I'm shooting for like 415, 430, I think. My Cadaver has 323, which is a little bit low. I need to actually double check that to see what I truly need. But resistance, you got to have it. You have to have some resistance. If you don't, you're going to be getting stuff stripped all the time. And it's going to be a bad day. So the resistance needed is 415. My Cadaver definitely needs some more, but I had to change up even some more gear because Cadaver before was in Retaliation plus Defiant, but now he is in Shield. He had to have somebody on a Shield set as well as a Shield buff, and he's in Shield as well as Retaliation. So let's see what's going on. You've been slowly gaining respect for Tariku. You've been slowly gaining respect. Well, I appreciate that. But let's see. We're going to go to equip. I need a shield set piece that has resistance. I don't think I have that though. Or retaliation. Like this is a little bit, I'm not a huge fan of that. Because if he gets hit, he can get stripped. I need 415 resistance. Dang. So it's going to be a potentially sketchy situation. Let me see. I don't have much with resistance, I don't think. 16, like I need a resistance chest plate. That's really all there is to that. Resistance. This is what, a 15% chance to counterattack? Yeah, that's too high to drop. A shield set with resistance. Or even retaliation resistance. So I don't have it. We're going to run it a few times, see if we can get something going. But you know what? I'm not even going to save this run, guys. I started the stream. I'm going to hang out with you all. We're going to have a good time, hopefully. And I'm not saving this run, so it's going to be literally a wasted time, basically, other than the fact of doing a video and doing the stream. But for my clan, I'm not saving this. I'm just going to spend hopefully an hour or two and actually get this done. Owella is fantastic. Yes, I agree. Buff extension and the increased resistance. I actually built somebody's team yesterday with Owella. Unfortunately, I don't have Owella, so I can't use her. But Owella, very, very good mention because she does give that increased resistance, stays up on everybody the entire time, extends buffs, and increases turn meter. Excellent, excellent, excellent option. Let's go ahead and get started. So we are on hard mode, level 280. We'll jump in here. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, actually, I did get Brogni a soul a second ago. It popped up in the shop. I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it because Brogni's a very popular champion for me recently. So I went ahead and picked that up, and we're going to throw something on him. Now, I don't think it really matters what I get on him right now. I don't know. Let's see. I got an idea. I think we're going to go Crushing Rend. Is that what it's called? Crushing Rend. First hit each round ignores a percentage of the defense. I think it's the best thing I can do. Hero Soul? You think Hero Soul is best? For Brogni? What does Hero Soul do? Okay. 0.5% damage to each ally. So that's actually, that would make sense. You got her and Dude and the Runic as well as Brogni. Sweet. You'll enjoy the rod? All right, Bronco. We'll see. So this would be 1%, 2% basically. On 200,000 damage. Be what, an extra 20,000, I guess. Maybe is 20,000 2%? No, or 2,000. What's going on, Sam? How you doing? 4,000. What am I talking about? What kind of math is that? Crushing Grin is only really useful when it's 6-star, you feel? Okay, let's go. We'll go Hero Soul. Got a free reset anyways, and it makes sense to me. So we'll go that. We will go that. So let's go ahead and jump in here and try hard. It's gonna be a while, guys. It's gonna be a while. Plarium said they will fix it as soon as possible. They didn't say how they're gonna fix it. No. Infinity Team is nothing been said about it not being viable for Hydra. The only thing that was posted was that they acknowledge that Corpulent Cadaver is in a team. They acknowledge that the team is doing a lot more than any other team, and it shouldn't be doing that. But they said they're going to try not to nerf any of the champions, which does not at all say this team's gonna be broken. Like, this team is still gonna be viable unless you have a team doing even more damage than that, as far as I'm aware. However, the way the points in Hydra go may be changed, which I think is an excellent idea. I don't think a team like this should be doing the damage it does and it count 20 billion damage put into Hydra. That's ridiculous. It is definitely ridiculous. Apparently Crushing Rin reset for each new head, you heard? So like, what do you mean? You got each whenever the heads respawn. I assume that was what was gonna happen. I wasn't for sure. But I think this team will still be very, very viable. They're gonna add remove all shields to one of the heads. I doubt that. Honestly, I think it'd just be changing of the Hydra clash points. But I have no clue. It's all just speculation, basically. Because in the actual raid digest, it didn't say Corpulent's gonna be changed. Ragash is also pretty cool because he places a decreased defense even through the poison cloud, which is pretty cool. Now here, I had to make sure Emic uses A1 because I don't want him resetting just yet, because we haven't used a whole lot of the A2s. Got a really tall, small self of me. It's okay. Minus 20 billion points if you use a rare. Yeah, exactly. You lose all your points if you use that rare champion. You just lose them all. Even partially. There's a lot of different things they could do, definitely. And I think they should do something. Like, I don't think this is good, but I also don't like the idea of them if they just ruin this team. Because the team it's fun. It's cool to build. It's something that I did like building, and I do like trying out new stuff, and it's a fun team. Is it broken? Is it doing way more damage than any other team? Yes. But if it did 500 million damage, would I still use it on hard? Yes. I mean, if it did 400 million, it's still better than anything else I can do. I have no Acrisia. That's going to be the next thing, is if they severely nerf this team, Acrisia is going to be on the top. So it's kind of just, something's always going to be on the top, of course, which is fine. This is just way too high on the top, I think. It needs to be brought into balance without breaking it. Now, I am getting pretty low on buff. I wasn't paying attention. We're going to free regroup. My buff on Corpulent Cadaver is all messed up. Let's see. So I have them set to priority one there, open. So everything's right. Emic, I have to manual him one time. So I'll make sure to do that. Let's actually pay attention this time. Just cap points on everything but Nightmare. But people can do Nightmare with the Brogdon team. There's people who can do Nightmare for like I said, like 20 billion damage. Or like 11 billion. I forget what the highest number is, but it's pretty daggone high. So we'll A1 there. So now we extend the duration, Now we A2, then we extend, we should be good. So 3. See how this actually plays out. So you're sure you asked us a lot, but why are you not streaming on Twitch? Well, I get more viewers on YouTube. I think YouTube's probably better. I may start streaming. I've considered going back and streaming on Twitch. I'd ask you guys which one you prefer, but obviously you're on YouTube, so you probably prefer YouTube. But I've went back and forth. It's something I've debated on. YouTube, more viewers. I think Twitch chat is a little bit better and easier to use, more enjoyable. I feel like YouTube chat's a little bit clunky. I don't know. It does feel a little different. They could just make Hydra ignore shield. Okay, sorry. Setting the precedent of nerfing is yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't like seeing nerfs, but balances is okay, and I think this does need to be balanced. We gotta kill this head over on the far right. Give a like. Oh yeah, guys, please drop a like. Kick, Twitch, YouTube, they're all the same thing. Never liked Twitch. Understandable. Kick is people are people migrating to Twitch or to Kick? I know we have some big streamers over on Kick, but okay, who got the next eat? Okay, big thing with this team is Corpulent cannot be one of the first 3 champions to be eaten. He can be like the 4th champion to be ready to be eaten, but the first 3, nah, can't do that. It'll ruin the run. When Brogni comes out, we gotta buff him up again. I think Ragash is gonna be pretty cool as well because he can actually do some decent damage. Kick, never heard of them. It's another competing streaming platform. Some pretty big streamers moved over there as well. They got some pretty big contracts. XQC, I think, is partially streaming over there. Aiden Ross, maybe. Names you probably haven't heard of if you haven't heard of Kick, but pretty big people. Let's save this one turn just so I can put Brogni's buffs up. Cause I can't have him dropping his increased attack. There we go. Yeah, I got 40 million to move there. I mean, that's not too bad, right? I would take 40 million. If any streaming company, I would take less. But 40 million? That's a lot of money. I think it made him one of the highest paid. Compared to athletes, he got paid more than athletes. Or something that's crazy, crazy, crazy high numbers. Like, it was so absurd, but I think that's partially why he got paid so much. I mean, maybe it's so absurd that it got even more attention. You don't know all these famous streamers. That's all right. Yeah, just ignores Poison Cloud. I know. More than LeBron James. That is it's awesome in a way. It's crazy. Granted, Kicks, I guess, partner, like the company, I guess, that they're with or they're part of, isn't it Stake, like a gambling company? So they're making a lot, like they give their creators a lot of money. They keep a lot of the subscriptions and everything and the equivalent, but they also, I guess, encourage people to gamble on the other side of the site. So that's where they're getting a lot of the money from. It's not just straight from their pocket, I don't think. I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure they're partnered with or part of the gambling stuff. Gambling also is obviously a pretty lucrative business to be a part of. Make some decent money. So they say. Now, I got to get Brogni to buff back up because Ragash was eaten and yeah. Oh no. This is the one bad part about this team. Is Corpulent's going to be eaten. 15 turns until he gets eaten. There's no reason to do it. First 3 champions to be gone. Might as well just reset. If he is the 4th, it's usually fine. It's a little bit debatable. But the first 3, no can do. You got to reset it. No ads, all funded by Gamba. Wouldn't be Raid the best thing for Kick? Yeah, I know. People love to gamble. Yeah, it'd be good for Raid, but maybe not good for the people watching. Because if there are already people who are willing to, be a little more frivolous with their money, throw it a little bit easier, maybe not the best place to send them. Yeah, after you open your shards, you can, after you get disappointed from your shard openings, you can go get disappointed at some online slots. Probably the best thing to do. The best bet for you. Okay, so we got, I don't even know what just got used. So I guess it's A1 here. I know that void thing. Yeah, I don't want to even think about that, dude. Completely forgot what turns I'm doing everything. I'm not paying attention at all to this run. Forget this part. Buying shards is gambling. Yeah, I mean, you're buying it in hopes of getting something good. You're not losing money. I mean, you already lost your money, so you have no financial incentive. Oh yeah, the buying is not. That's fair. That's fair. It could just be considered wasting your money, I guess. Wait, what's? I gotta pay attention to this better. Let me focus I gotta focus myself for like the first 10 seconds. Okay, so Emic opens with the A1, and I gotta make sure he does the A1 one more time after that. Okay, right here, got an A one more time. There we go. Now we're good. So now we extend, and then he can reset. Brogdon does the A2. That's the perfect rotation. Now he lowers the cooldown. Wait, did he already do it once? It doesn't matter. Either way, we're going to continue on this path. The run that I did on my hard key on my other team, man, it took me so many resets because of silly things happening and like Corpulent getting eaten the third time or the second time. You can control the first one. It's actually the highest crit damage, determines who gets eaten first, and after that, it's just all up in the air. It could be Corpulent Cadaver first, or it could be him never. Just never know. Unfortunately. I target Head of Mischief. This head right here, I'd love to kill it, but to be honest, I'm not gonna be able to in time. Probably. Maybe, actually. It's Force. Probably not. Opening shards isn't going to net you any money. What is the definition of gambling? Play games of chance for money. Take risky actions in the hope of desired result. Okay, so for the first definition, no, it would not be. The second, yeah. But either way, as far as like they go hand in hand. I think you'd probably agree with that, right? Like even if it's not necessarily gambling, they're very closely related. You spend money, random chances to get something that you really want. I could have probably gambled that money I spent on those void shards and had better luck, actually. Same time, yeah, it is. The details differentiate, but at the core, they're very, very similar. Chance to get something more valuable than what you paid for. Does not have to be money. Okay, Godseeker took the next mark, which is good. No problem. Tiger Dude, Tony the Tiger, is doing very good about tanking Mischief. Once again, that's why he's here. We've got to manual. After Brogdon gets eaten that first time, I have to manual it. Because you got to make sure all his buffs get back on him. Because Brogdon is where all the damage is coming from. Bro, Brogdon's where all the damage... Yeah, well, he is basically all the damage coming from, period. And that's not good. We got some buffs stolen from Ragash. Not good at all. We have a few champions who can take those off, though, when it's not weak hits. But they're going to be they're going to be spread. It's not the end of the world. Not a huge deal. Not ideal, but it's not a huge issue. $415, I think, on hard. But the more you have, the better it's going to be. No big deal. Definitely stay on the side of overcapping versus undercapping. Shield and shield, 6 and 6. So our shields are good. That's the main thing you really care about, is not having that shield taken from Corpulent. Okay, so the next champion to be eaten. Oh my gosh. Duh. We got the shield taken from Corpulent. Now, this could technically kind of still work, but we dropped a shield set shield. Can't get that back. Let me see. Ready to, you didn't have a second shield and use Divine to have Mischief Tank? I do believe both shields increase. I mean, watch this. So once Immic takes a turn, you'll see it's 2 growth shields pop up. 2 growth shields. I would assume that means both shields are growing. How much damage did your team do? So I feel like 2 shields is required. You can do a lot more damage. Yeah, I'd say so, man. That's literally halved your damage, basically. Actually, more, possibly even more than that, because you'd be killing heads faster. Use a shield set, 100%. I got a shield set on Corpulent. I think Corpulent's the easiest person to have a shield set on if you don't have anybody else who you can fit one on, because Corpulent is always going to be in a team that requires a shield set. Makes sense. And the stats for him aren't that high. Not Bolster, good point. Because Bolster can't be extended, but Brogni's can be extended, and it's protected too. Oh man, Ragash, why are you just giving yourself up so easily, buddy? You just saying, oh, you want my buffs? Take my buffs. The last team you made, Deterrence had been nerfed. Deterrence. Those days were the good times. That was a easy time of Hydra. That was actually very easy. Throwing a Skull Crown Sinesha, Inquisitor Shamel, and then just counterattack like crazy. Walk away. Yeah, it does kind of seem weird that Bolster can't extend whenever Brogni's does, and it's protected as well. Like, the conditions in the game don't stay true across the board a lot of times, it seems. Cadaver teams are ridiculous. They are, as far as damage, definitely. Hopefully they get brought into... Oh, my gosh. Yo, Ragash, you're not tanking the stuff, and then Cadaver gets sniped. Can I put more resistance on Cadaver? I have to do this anyways. This is going to drop my damage a little bit, but I really don't have a choice. Like, I have to go. I have to do it. I don't really want a lot of speed. 213 may be okay. Brogni is 206. This can be anything now. I don't need any stats, like crit stats or anything. This is fine. Let's try it again. Still got a shield set, right? Oh, Cadaver. Shield set, perfect. Wild. They had 11 billion. It's, you can't compete. I mean, that's like that's a 2 Yumiko team, right? I can't put up that much points. I can put up some decent points. Like I think I did the 3.3 billion or whatever. But that's on hard. So I did 1.6 billion. But yeah, like if somebody else puts up a Nightmare team, nothing I can do. I messed up the beginning rotation of Immic. He comes up back around to his turn so fast. You happy if you get a third chest on hard? Do you have Brogni and also for Cadaver team? I assume you don't. If you were about third chest on hard, your clan would just be destroying hard if you had that. Or if you have the pieces for Cadaver team. Of course not. I didn't know if it was like you had the pieces, you just didn't have the gear or something, or you didn't feel like building it or whatever it may be. You made 3 AO teams, spent so much all waste, and never looked at Hydra again. Costas, what's going on? I mean, to be fair, the deterrence was said that pretty soon it was going to be fixed, right? Like pretty early on when it was released, we were told it was going to be fixed, right? Or did it go through a while being broken? Doing good. Oh, okay. In 2 days you'll finish the first time with all daily login rewards. Gotcha. Okay. So pretty new. Gotcha. That makes sense. Brogny's smacking. He's smacking the head of mischief. 100 and something thousand damage. 120 it looks like. Pretty good. He's doing more than Corpulent right now. He's very key to having being built well. You have to have Brogny built well. Why Ragash? Because people really want to see a team with no KRISK. I think Duden is a 1-to-1 swap for KRISK. Pretty easy. You still lose a little bit of stuff. And you lose the decreased speed, which is going to be very helpful. But I don't have Duden. So I got to go with something else. The next possible swap is Lydia. And Ragash does pretty similar stuff to Lydia, but also brings the ability to be a mischief tank. Because he places increased defense on himself, which nobody else on the team does. He also keeps it the perfect veil on himself. So both those things together, it's like, okay, well, he makes for a pretty decent mischief tank, as well as brings increased speed, which is very much needed. And I just put in Godseeker in place of KRISK, and now Ragash can do his thing. I gotta kill that head of mischief though. I can't have him taking turn meter and taking all kinds of nonsense. He's still taking turn meter though. Oh man, I still need one more turn for the increased speed. So it's gonna be a little bit longer before Brogny can be back to doing his stuff well. A2, pretty decent. 170,000 for the shield growth, which is pretty good. Shield 5 turns, shield 3 turns. A little bit low on the shield, but now it should be 6 and 4. 5 and 4. So we're all right. We got increased speed up on Brogny now. Everything is good. The next head I want to kill is this one right here, the Poison Cloud head with Corpulent. That's one of the most annoying ones because it really slows up Brogny's shield. So I'd say Decay is up there. Decay, Torment can mess things up depending on what other heads are there. Mischief can definitely screw a run up by himself. And then the Poison Cloud can slow things down quite a bit. Later in the fight, once you start decapitating all the heads, Decay doesn't matter at all because you can't cleanse a decapitated head. Same thing with this Poison Cloud one. Yeah, Ragash isn't giving up no buffs this time, and Mischief is dead. So as long as the next champion to get eaten is not Corpulent, we should be on a smooth path forward. There we go. Brogny's doing some decent hits. And Emic is the next person to be eaten, which is fine. Perfectly fine. I don't care about that at all. Because all that means is that, well, Corpulent is not going to be eaten third, maybe fourth, maybe fifth. But it should be fine at that point. Maybe. I'd rather him not get eaten at all, honestly. Smacking that little shield thing down. We'll, I don't really need that stuff on him, honestly. I didn't mean to do that, so it's fine, I guess. I will place another shield up from Brogny so we can have a good shield on everybody. Have you heard teams with Underpriests will be balanced damage-wise? I have not heard if they will or how they will. I have no clue, honestly. I know there's a lot of speculation going around. People are like, oh, this team definitely going to be nerfed, definitely going to be changed. It's not worth building. They had an announcement in the Raid Digest saying that they know it's basically outpacing any other teams, but they don't want to nerf it. They don't want to nerf Cadaver, it seems. They may change up Hydra, and it seemed like they're going to go the route of changing how the Hydra Clash points are determined, is how I read it. But I don't really know. I do use Brogni's A3 a few points death whenever he gets eaten, and to replace the increased attack, or if like a shield falls off somebody and I want to get a shield back on him, I'll use his A3 again. But I don't use it typically because I don't want... I don't have refresh accessories. If I had refresh accessories, it'd make a bigger deal, but I don't use it in general because I just don't want to take a chance in it getting reduced cooldown instead of the A2. The A2 is really all I care about. The A3 is nice in specific situations, but the majority of the time, not needed. The A3, that is. I want to get rid of Torment because Torment is the other one that can cause sometimes the shield to end up falling off because he will fear the people with like buff extensions and such. So it's best if he pops up later in the match so then Corpulent can start doing some big chunks. But like this is where it gets a little bit potentially sketchy. But once Torment's dead, it should be fine. Like this is the point. Like later, much past this, it's fine. Because much past this, Corpulent's going to be one shot in the heads anyways. And we have some cleansing, like Anchorite does some cleansing. I don't know if, does Godseeker cleanse debuffs? I forget, but either way, it's something to be mindful of. How long does it take to ramp up one-shot heads? 1 hour of autoplay, roughly? So, no, not a half hour. By turn 100, I usually am one-shot in the heads. Okay, Mx back out. Excellent. We'll increase his crit rate just for the heck of it. Like right now, we have 4 turns and 3 turns on the shield. It could be, depending on where Mx cooldowns are at, could be weird. The next person to be eaten is Ragash though, so we're in a great spot. Okay, so we don't have any cooldown decreases yet. Okay, yeah we do, we're good. 4 turns and 3 turns. I gotta make sure that Emic doesn't reset like right after they, or right before they use their H. Okay, we're fine. And then Emic can reset next turn, and all will be well. Let's kill his head with Poison Cloud. And much past this, we should start one-shotting the heads. Once we get some heads knocked down and like Ragash placing decreased defense on those heads that are knocked down, be a lot of damage coming out. There we go. Okay, now we'll switch to... I don't really want to use Brogni's ability just yet. Okay, it's fine. We'll kill these 2 heads. Ragash, oh man. Sometimes that reflect damage is scary. We'll pop these 2 heads down. Now Ragash will do his A2, place decreased defense, and then Brogni should be able to come up with a pretty good boost over 348. It's solid boost. I'm not for sure how the shields interact. Like if you use Brogni's A3, if it'll replace it. I think there's conditions that gotta be met for it to replace it. If somebody knows more about the shield interactions, let me know. But I'm pretty sure it does not replace the shield. I haven't noticed it replacing the shield. 9-piece counterattack. Yeah, if I could get all retaliation stuff on him, I 100% would. It's just that I need shield set on him, honestly. I can't fit shield set on nobody else very easily, I don't think. I guess Ragash, kind of. I've just been having a hard time fitting it on anybody else. Now, hope it's not Mischief. Okay. Not Mischief is great. Oh, but we got Corpulent been eaten next. I think 4th is okay. I'm not for sure, because like we're gonna start one shot in the heads fairly soon, but not quite yet. I don't have decreased speed, so it's hard for me to say for sure. We're not quite one-shotting the heads at this point. Dang, 11 turns, and then we get eaten. It's going to be very close. Does the life arena amplify damage set? What do you mean? There's Mischief. Our good old buddy Mischief, which gotta work on the heads that have a lot of turn meter. 542,000. Just me or stream choppy? Hopefully it's not choppy. Oh, whoa, it is getting choppy. I don't know why. What the heck? My internet should be fine. It's a little choppy. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Maybe somebody turned on Netflix upstairs or something. I'm gonna have to reset this again. It is looking smooth though. Three turns. Oh man. Definitely not because this is a reset. Yeah, it sucks. I wonder if with Rigash, I feel like he could be using this A2 more frequently. 3 turn duration, 4 turn duration. This is so much more important. So we'll leave it as it is. We'll let it run again. Zeal set from live arena. Sorry. Oh, Zeal set. Would help whose damage? Zeal set, amplified damage set. Work against Hydra. I would imagine it would. Not with Corpulent, because this is just based off his shield, but I would imagine it would work. I don't know why not. On any other champion, yeah. Maybe Brogni could be a good one for it. Well, I don't know who to replace with Visix. Visix can't Mischief tank, can she? Or does she place any self buffs? No. Not anything that isn't on the team already, right? Rigash? Well, then I lose increased speed. Rigash is really good. Does it work against decapitated heads? Are they 1 HP, 100% HP when they're dead? The Zeal set increases your damage. Does it increase damage dealt against targets with higher HP, or does it increase your damage dealt? I guess it is. I don't know how it would work on Hydra, actually. And it may not against decapitated heads. Okay, that kind of sucks. Brogdon got stripped. Not a huge deal. He's going to be eaten very, very soon anyways. Okay, I would imagine it doesn't work against decapitated head. That's my assumption. Brogdon protection set would go. Well, he's in lethal right now, so I need a lot of damage. I need big, big damage. Rigash isn't tanking anything for some reason here. He's being lazy. What am I targeting now? What head? Is that what you're asking? Or what is my goal with this? If you're asking what my goal is just to do a team with no KRISK that's on hard mode. I'm going to try to get to 3 billion damage, but we'll see what we can actually get to. This head is going anything except for Rigash. What is Rigash doing? I don't know what shenanigans are happening, but I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of this. All right, let's go ahead and rebuff up, get everything back into where it's supposed to be. Maybe get some of these buffs off the boss. Yeah, hard mode. Yeah. Normal, I don't think it'd be an issue. Normal's fine. Why Rigash not Lydia? Rigash can Mischief tank. Because he places increased defense on himself as well as a perfect veil. However, the Tiger's being rebellious and not actually Mischief tanking. Wait, who gets the mark? Oh my... What? Stop marking Corpulent! I'd rather mark the second time versus like the 4th or 5th. 5th should be fine. Usually 4th is, but I guess with no decreased speed, it's not. All right, we buff. Get wrecked, yeah. There we go. Now turn on auto. So all I do is manual. So let them run through their first rotation, and then Emic, I have to manual 1A1, and I let them auto. Most of the fight. The only time to turn it off of auto is if somebody gets eaten. I put the buffs back on them. It'll be a long stream. I hope not. If you're doing this by yourself and you're not getting distracted by like talking and stuff, assuming you're not talking to yourself. If you're talking about yourself, if you're talking to yourself, that could be a different story. And you may take a lot longer than me. But if you're not talking while doing it, it'd probably be easier. A lot of my resets were because I was just talking and didn't do this stuff at the right time. So it's your fault now? I mean, I'm not saying it's your fault. Nah, it's my fault because I can't do two things at once. I can't look over on the screen and then remember, okay, I gotta press this one button at this one moment in time. That's why I play Raid on stream and not any game that actually requires more attention. Because something's gonna get missed out on, for sure. Or maybe I'm just trying to extend the content. You never know, right? Maybe I'm just trying to extend it out. But of course, Mischief is gonna be my #1 target right now. If I could just kill Mischief, that'd be incredible. Your PC crashed when the stream got choppy. That's really weird. Big smack on Mischief. There we go. 130,000 damage. Beautiful. However, about to be cleansed. Everything's about to be cleansed because of Head of Decay. KRISK would stop that, but we're doing it KRISKless. No KRISK. None of that KRISK nonsense. Oh no. Oh, what? I guess we go to the head that I can guarantee to kill. And free Brogni. Imagine Brogni just getting swallowed. That'd be... What? How do we not kill him? It's terrible. What? The head's still up. It's terrible. Now we manual. Somebody came back to the ground. Now we manual for a little bit. I swear, if the Head of Mischief gets a full heal because I'm not able to do anything here, that's going to be so bad. If I can't actually target him and hit him, it'd be so upsetting. I gotta extend the buffs. He has Hex. He has a curse set on him. I just gotta hope that he can actually get the A1 ability off. Oh, we got a Hex. Beautiful. Okay, so we're good. We're good now. Excellent. That would have been pretty frustrating, though. Three turns on Anchorite. Let's see. The shield for... This is very important to watch, too. The shield on Corpulent. Frozen died. Rip. Do you... I don't have anybody on Guardian set. Guardian set could be very solid, though. Defiant. Guardian for anybody. Defiant on Corpulent. Very viable options. Make the shield go down slower. Rigash. There we go. Rigash is the next person eaten. Let's keep it off of Cadaver. That's all I'm hoping for. Man. What in the world? Why? Why? Mischief again. We have a Mischief tank. That's why it's so important to have one, though. Now, how did I place Hex through... Can sets place through Poison Cloud? I thought sets couldn't place on a weak hit. It did, obviously. Almost guaranteed. There is a way to almost guarantee that CC doesn't get the mark. What's that? What's the way? Teach me the way. Show me how I can have less frustration with this, please. Don't question it. Just trust it, right? Be happy it did. That's fair. Well, the first one is targeted based on crit damage, but after that it's RNG. He has very low crit damage. Sets can't place through poison, but sets can't place on weak hits, right? Or has my life been a lie? I mean, obviously, yes, they could because they just did. We're controlling a decent. More speed equals more better. Oh, yeah. More speed, more better. Certainly, Justin. What's going on, dude? You got a pretty crazy team going, you did. So I can't say you're wrong. You did like 10 runs yesterday in normal? Just trying things out, and he always got marked last? Got marked last? Huh. He is, I think, my lowest crit damage on the team. So, like well, we got Anchorite and Godseeker a little bit lower, but he is super low. So, I don't know. I think the game just doesn't like me. Yes, it dodged. Went to Immic. Fantastic. Oh no, damage reflection. Let's skip that one time. I don't really want to get hit with a big damage reflection. Get 2 billion on a... 1 second. A nightmare team? Oh no, meh team. Oh, okay. It's awesome. Whoa, Corpulent Cadaver is getting the Head of Mischief aggro on him. You know, we need to pump the brakes on that one because I'm not ready to have the run reset because Corpulent gets his 2 million shield stolen, which is not even high yet. At least Steal It gets a little bit higher. Okay, what buffs is Ragash missing? Let's try to smack the head of Mischief. Of course not. Anything other than that would be fantastic. Let's go ahead and just completely ignore Mischief. Okay, so Ragash has shield. He has other stuff, so he's okay there. I think he just needs his increased speed. Corpulent requires resistance. Like, he's been hit 3 times by the Head of Mischief. Thankfully, none of them have stolen his shield. But that is one of the most frustrating things, is when the shield gets stolen after working so hard at it. Now he can kill Mischief. Perfect. Now we're getting to a pretty good spot here. Like, Brogny's shield's about to be big. About to be a thick, thick shield. I might be able to kill his head. And then share the damage to these other 2. And kill all the heads. Ah, super close. Dang. That would have been a nice boost from Brogny. Everything's decapitated, though. We're looking good. Well, until they're not. We look good for a minute. Kawaii Dryad have a place in this team with her targeted cool skill down plus decreased speed A1. If she was... The thing with Nia is I think you'd have to manual everything. Because there's no way to get her to target who you want her to target, right? Like, if she could reduce the cooldown on Immic consistently, then you'd be able to always just keep resetting everything. It'd be super, super cool. But I don't think she can do that. Not consistently. You can manual it, but I don't want to manual that long run. Lead? I don't think she targets only the lead. I've tried it before, and I don't think she only targets the lead. I don't know how her targeting works, why she does what she does, but she does. I had a team fairly recently with Nia. She'll target lead if they're full HP. Will she? Okay, with full HP. That's where the thing would be. That's where it's different. Because when I tried it, it was with a regular team. The only thing there is now you got Emic probably being in the lead spot. Maybe it could. I mean, that's actually cool. If you can make the target the lead, that would work. However, you lose the ability to get Emic boosting Corpulent Cadaver. Because Emic boosts the lead champion. And if you want him to be boosted, then Corpulent has to be in the lead spot. Assuming everybody's full HP. I guess same thing with Nia. Alright, Head of Mischief. Sneaky, sneaky little dude. Who's the next champion to be eaten? Okay, Brogni again. Whoa, Emic, buddy. Whoa, 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 whoa. There, mister. You're about to die. You were certainly about to die. Remove the continuous heal, please. Or the heal reduction. Okay, I guess I could have used his A3 and placed unkillable. That was kind of silly. If I lose this, I deserve to lose it. Very close to just killing that. I really need Emic's that to be off of him. This is gonna shield on him. And Nero can just revive. Oh yeah, that's true. Duh. Of course. I usually don't run this team with a res champion, so having a Neri in here is something that I've forgotten about. She'll actually res as soon as he dies. Actually, yeah, she'll res as soon as he dies anyways, right? It was unneeded panic. Undue stress. All right, let's see. So we're gonna hit this head on the far right because it doesn't have hex on it. Well, not so important with Brogni, but everybody else it is. Gotcha, I appreciate it. I want to get this Poison Cloud head dead quick because it's going to make Brogni scale slower, like it's been doing the whole time. Hey, thank you, Chrysalis. I'm glad you like it. Thanks for the confidence as well. Poison Cloud's already placed, so I guess we kill the Head of Fear now. Let's see. We got shields. A little bit questionable in the durations. Oh yes, we missed the mark of the Hydra on Corpulent again. There's no way that we need it again, right? Like we should be one-shotting the heads very, very soon. No decreased speed is slowing the run down for sure. We'll try Nia next though. I like that idea. As long as we can make her consistently target the lead for sure. And she brings the decreased speed. Oh my goodness. Back again. It's going to be nerfed though? Why do you think that? Or better yet, what do you think is going to be nerfed about it? Let's just kill this head. Does Brogni have buffs? He's missing increased attack. Playroom said he will? Playroom never said that he was getting nerfed. You think Truoth can Mischief Tank? Where'd they say that Cadaver is getting nerfed? It does not. It does. Unless. Let me see. Let me check this real quick. I saw the raid digest come out yesterday. And it does not say he's getting nerfed. In the announcements, new notification on the Discord. They're aware, but a fix coming soon. Is it the raid digest that you're talking about? He is a champion? No. But him and Hydra? Oh my goodness. Let me take a quick detour real quick. Let's see. It's a raid digest, which does not say he's getting nerfed. It says, as we are sure you're all aware, some teams that include Corpulent Cadaver deal especially high damage to Hydra. We know about the situation and are considering ways of bringing Hydra battles to better balance without making any involved champion weaker. This literally says we are not nerfing Corpulent Cadaver. Or not making him weaker. Which would I would assume may mean not nerfing him. Balance can mean a lot of different things. It can mean balancing all of Hydra so that the points you get are more even. So like a different way to structure the point thresholds. A lot of different stuff could happen. There's other ways to bring stuff into balance without making the champion weaker. Like you could have, say, imagine they won't nerf Corp but give Brogni the Imic treatment. Yeah, that'd be pretty bad. Granted, if Imic stayed the way he was or way he was originally like written, that would be awful. Like he would be doing insane scaling. Yes, I'm definitely gonna make a video about it for sure. It's an indirect nerf. No, it's not really. So there's an idea. Let me show you an example, okay? Let me pull out a notepad real quick just for a potential thought that could happen. I don't really need a notepad for this, but I like pulling out notepads, so let's do this. So you have Hydra Clash, has five clans, 30 people each, 150 people total. Okay, well, let's say your Cadaver team does 20, or actually let's say 100 billion damage. Okay, let's be extreme. It does 100 billion damage. Well, right now, you're getting 100 billion points, just for example. But if they were to change this and say, okay, well, you did the most damage with your 100 billion point Cadaver team. Instead of getting 100 billion points, you're getting 150 points for your clan. So your clan has the member doing the most, gets 150 points. Well, then second place does 50 billion. Well, they're going to get 149 points. I don't know what would be a good way to do this, but basically, instead of your team getting points based on the damage you deal, you're placed based on whatever else does. So like whatever clan has the most players with the highest overall damage is a way to make this team still viable, still make you feel like you're doing something pretty important, but not going to blow the numbers way out of proportion. Like you'll have to have everybody in your clan participating. Is it the best way? No. Is it? I don't know if it is or not. I don't know any good way to do it, but it is a way that it's not nerfing Cadaver. Cadaver is exactly the same as he's always been. Everything's the same. It's just the way the points are divided is a lot different. How does this make sense? I don't know. You think of a better idea that makes sense that's not making Cadaver nerfed. So the Cadaver teams would still be first, but if they're not, then Akrisia teams are going to be first. Hey, I'm not. Don't shoot me. I'm just giving ideas, okay? Don't get upset. Maybe a misunderstanding on my part. However, he's interpreting it as changing the way he does damage in Hydra, not nerfing the champion body. You know, you're good, Susie. This has been the most talked about topic whenever I do a Hydra team with Cadaver, which makes sense, of course. I don't know how the changes are. It could be a massive change to Corpulent. It could be a huge, massive change. I have no clue. It's just some extra ideas. No, this isn't hard. Well, Victor Tez is the one who I heard that from, which is what I was trying to explain. I think the way he said it was good. I think it's an interesting concept. I think it is pretty cool. Now, maybe instead of 150 points for first place, maybe it's like 2,000 points and then like descending from there. But it encourages everybody to participate. It encourages everybody to build a better team. And if you have a team doing 100 billion damage, you're not just wiping everybody out. I like the idea too. Like I went on somebody's account yesterday for a takeover. They are just now clearing hard. I cleared hard Hydra with them with a Corpulent team, and they're going to win their CVC because they're currently at like 2 billion points. And the second place person is at like 34 million or something. Or 34 million, something crazy low. Unfortunately, Cadaver's about to be eaten again. So I may have to reset this once more. I don't know. I really hope not. Oh man, I'm probably going to have to reset this again. Goodness gracious. Buffs are falling off. Everything's falling apart. Yeah, what happens if both clans do 90 keys with similar damages? Don't they get the same amount of points? Well, no, because it'd be placing. So it's not. So it's like you're not going to do the exact same damage as somebody else. And if you do, you just get the exact same points. There you go. There's going to be somebody who separates it. If it's like that would guarantee to place the stuff, like place each clan first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. You don't get points based on the damage you deal. You get points based on how you did as a clan compared to everybody else in Hydra Clash. Make sense? You say this, and I appreciate it. Still Trenda and KRISK are a thing. Exactly. No, that's the thing. Is like, if they nerf Corpulent, that takes care of the Corpulent issue. However, they got Trenda issue. They got Taras and Marichka. They got a KRISK. All these teams do disproportionately high damage, which I don't think is necessarily, well, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, I don't know. They said they look into making his damage more fair and balanced. I don't think they said that. They said, we're considering ways of bringing Hydra battles to better balance. Not his damage. So you basically offer, get points equal to your place, the lowest value, clan wins, and so on. Yeah. That's what I had seen mentioned. And I was thinking that it was a pretty decent and possibly viable option. It makes sense to me. Leave your girl KRISK alone. Oh my gosh, I gotta freaking reset this stupid run. I gotta reset it again. How can I make this more? Actually, you know, let's try out Nia. I do have Nia built. I'm actually super interested in that. What would I? Could you do Nia with? They said changing Hydra without changing champions, so there will be no nerfs. Hopefully, there's cut the amount of damage the team does with the shield champ. 2 top chests each level won't affect anyone getting personal rewards. Balance, not damage. I don't think they'll do that because that's a little bit weird. That's kind of nerfing the champion. I don't know. There's a lot of different stuff they could do. They will put a damage limit on each head, like 10% max HP. Well, they already did that with the max HP stuff. Max hit can't exceed, possibly. What do you think about back-to-back CVC? I think it's expensive. That's what I think. Ban a KRISK. Okay. Let's see. Where is Nia? I like the idea of her. Nia. So if I do this, do I want to change the team? I want to try it again. The thing is, just hoping no Brogni. Yeah, I can't do that, unfortunately. Yeah, Immick would have to be lead, but I gotta think. Because Nia's cooldown. Nia's in provoke. Her cooldown on this is 3 turns. Actually, that'd be nuts resetting. Imagine how many. It's unfathomable. This is actually potentially crazy amounts of resets. Because you have Nia fully resetting Immick, Immick reducing the cooldown on Nia, Nia fully resetting Immick once again. What in the world? My brain gets lost way back there. All right, let's see. Immick first. Doesn't matter who's next. Nia, we do Anchorite. We need 1 buff extender. And then we need Lydia, I think. I like Lydia because she brings, well, increased speed. She also brings the ability for me to take my cadaver out of shield. But I have no Mischief Tank now. So I may have to keep Ragash. Nia plus Painkeeper. May have to keep Ragash. Of course, Brogni has to be in there. So he's going to do this. Don't do this. Open with this. This may not even... I hope it works, honestly. That'd be so crazy if it does. Yo, Lugia, welcome to the Rock Pile. Thank you so much. Why did I not have anything pop up then? You should have had a cool sound. That is a scuffed stream. Thank you very much, though. And welcome. Ragash. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we got a little pop-up. Oh, I need to change my resolution. Goodness gracious. Buff Extend plus Mischief Tanking? Who's that? Oh, I have no Oella. I wish I did. I really wish I did, dude. I didn't. I skipped the fusion, though. I skipped the fusion. Just out of curiosity, I wonder how this would be with Nia's speed the way it's currently. I don't know, maybe the bot is rigged. It was just slow. Slower than I expected. Okay, Ragash got stolen on the very first turn. That's pretty cool. Okay, so what we do here is still A1. Extend. I don't think we can do it with just one extender champion, though. A1. We might like extenders now. I'm thinking we will. However, I'm thinking we will. I don't see how we wouldn't. So Nia uses that for one turn. I gotta make her a lot faster if I did this. Definitely. I don't have Lanicus. Okay, yeah, we lose. We don't have enough buff extenders. Well, I don't think we do. Well, we definitely do. That's not what I'm saying. What kind of team could Nia fit in? I probably should still work on this team. Let's do this a few more times, and I can work on a team with Nia. Obviously, KRISK could work on that team. Could work on a team. Honestly, actually, KRISK could work in place of Ragash on that Nia team. Nia would just be... We kind of lose decreased defense, though, so I'm not for sure how great it would be. We would have a lot of buff extensions, though. Let me check. Let me fix something real quick. I don't know. I do wish I had Oella, though, because Oella would be nice. Why don't I get Lydia in? I can't really fit her in anywhere right here. Because Ragash is Mischief tanking. And if I drop Ragash, I lose Mischief tank. I have to build everybody to high resistance. I don't want to do that because it's 415 required on hard. On normal, it's different. Normal, no problem. I would be interested in thinking of a team that would work well with Nia. Because I am a big fan of Nia. She places ally protection on everybody. She doesn't place any self buffs that are big, though. Am I going to pull some again? If you buy all the void shards for me, I'll pull them. I'll pull every void shard you buy for me. But if I tell my wife, hey, I'm going to buy some more void shards, I promise I'll get some good pulls, she's not going for it. She'll say, absolutely not. This sounds too familiar. Spend way too much, got way too little. Same for a 10x now. I'm like 160 with no legendary, so just saying for a 10x. So Mischief Tank is the champion with the highest buffs. Is going to be the target of the Head of Mischief. The Head of Mischief steals your turn meter as well as your buffs, which is obviously a very bad thing in a team that requires you to have plenty of buffs, as well as turn meter, because if you don't take turns, well, you're dead. So the Head of Mischief is something you definitely want to tank. So like here, Head of Mischief only focuses on my Ragash because my Ragash has the most buffs. Ragash gives himself increased defense from his A1, so he's really always placing it basically. And then he gives himself a Perfect Veil also. So he has 2 unique buffs to the team. Well, to himself. Yellow Shards is where it's at. I got 2. Maybe you need to spend more and buy her something than buy voids for you. Where does food come? I guess food's overrated, right? I don't really need food. Probably could take a little loss in some calories. Wouldn't kill me. I guess that's probably a pretty good idea, isn't it? I mean, kids don't need... How much food do my kids really need, right? They're 4 and 2. Yeah, I'm not buying no more shards. She didn't like those $5. She did. I told her that, and she's like, "That's awesome. I feel much better." I told her. I said, "Hey, we got €5." So it was much better, definitely. Well, not necessarily a slower one, because he's still got a decent speed. You just gotta make sure you keep up all the buffs on him. It doesn't necessarily have to be slower though. High resistance though. 415. I can build multiple champions with 415 resistance. It's just getting the other stats as well. It becomes a little bit weird. You're bulking. Every night you eat 100 raw peanut... Wait. Every night you eat 100 raw peanut butter to hit calories. It'll be worth it. 100 raw... What do you mean? What's 100 raw peanut butter? Sounds like something I'm interested in. Even with 900 resistance, you'll get 3%. Yeah, exactly. There's always a 3% chance to get your stuff stolen from you. Like a thief. 3% chance you're going to get screwed, basically. Brogny, you got your increased attack on, buddy? Or are you just taking a break? Yo, for food or shards, Yo, Lugia, I actually had no problem with food. Food is perfectly fine. Thank you very much for the €5, though. We're getting close to the void shards. Thank you. You don't have to do that, dude. No, definitely not expected. Very much appreciated, though. Thank you. Food or shards. Choice is tough. It's great. All right. Just learning, you need to start working on your Hydra teams. Yeah, for sure. Ask any questions. I'm happy to help where I can and if I can. Hydra does have quite a bit of moving parts. We got 4 moving heads and 6 moving champions, so. Are you gonna make a video about your yeah, definitely. About this one? Yes. What? However, I'm gonna say in the video that it only takes 1 try. You guys know the truth, though. Nah, I'm not going to say that. I will make a video about this team, but I will give the big disclaimer saying, hey, you will have to do some resets. You will have to be patient. You don't have KRISK. So if you want to build it, you gotta sacrifice some, you know? Sacrifice some money for void shards, get KRISK, or sacrifice your time. It could be 1 time and you're done. You know, it could take literally only 1 time. You get lucky. All the heads eat at the right time, no problemo. It is perfectly smooth and flawless. Or it could go like mine did, and not at all like that. I think I'm just gonna hit this head. Wait, no, don't hit any of the heads that I want to. That's a better idea. Definitely. All your speedruns take one try? Yeah, I know. All your speedruns first time and they're done. No RNG, no refresh, no reflex. None of that stuff. They did mention they're going to work on Hydra, where this might not work forever. They kind of mentioned that. They didn't. Kind of. The thing said they're going to bring Hydra into balance. They're not going to nerf any champions, is what was said. Oh, you got KRISK? Well, I did a video like 2 days ago with KRISK. KRISK makes everything way easier. This is also on hard. We could do normal Hydra, but this is just on hard. I want it to be on hard because I want to make sure, I don't know, suffer, I guess. Wait, no. Oh my Lord. We got the mark on Corpulent again. Why? Why is it doing this? Which means passive. Shmi is like passive where it just cap like max HP champs or something. Maybe. Yes, Owella, incredible. However, I don't have Owella. Yeah, the marks are RNG. This would definitely be super smooth on normal. The requirements for normal are so much less. That's the thing, is that there's a lot of different stuff. I know Scratch did a video not too long ago with no KRISK on normal, and his was much more budget, I think. So I want to do something that's different, but maybe go super free to play on normal, run 3 Hellborn Sprite. Yeah, I don't have Hellborn Sprite. I don't think I have any copies. I don't really want to pull for them either. I don't have them built, and I don't want to waste my resources. If I had Dudan would be awesome. Dudan would actually make this much easier, I think. Because Dudan could replace Godseeker and Neri. Dudan also places an increased crit rate on himself, making him a very solid mischief tank. And I could have Lydia in place of Ragash. So Lydia, or you could even have like a increased speed and decreased speed champion. Necmo, well, not really Necmo. You could have different champions in, basically. Yeah, this is how it gets on the Hydra, trying to land provoke and the block Dios on the first turn. Yep. Especially if you use Cantra. It's like, okay, I got to land. Except the difference is that you reset in the first, well, I don't know, 20 seconds, if that. This you reset in the first 10 minutes. Not quite 10 minutes, but you know, it's pretty rough. Struggle is real. Okay, we dodged the mark. We dodged it once. Can we do it again? 4 more times. Taunt's not extendable, unfortunately. But the counterattack is that. I mean, technically, the thing with Immick is I could use him as a mischief tank, kind of. Not very consistent, but he could do it because he does have taunt. However, the issue with that is I have refrex gear. So the reducing the cooldown could be on that other ability sometimes. And I don't want to do that. You know? I don't want to do that. Just for the fun of it, RNG waits till the 3rd time to eat your cadaver. I know. That's what seems like happens every time. And every time I think, okay, we're good, we're safe, we're not going to be eaten this time. It is going to be no problem. And then boom, he gets eaten. Good. 114,000 damage on a weak hit. Beautiful. There we go. Nice big 182,000 boost. Nice little increase to the shield there. If I start working on heads that have the highest turn meter, it will help slow down the mark of the Hydra eating champs. Because once you start one-shotting the heads, on normal, it would happen very quick. But once you start one-shotting the heads, the run, you don't have to worry about anybody getting eaten. Because the head comes up, you kill it, boom, it's done. Unless Mischief comes up, then it gets a little bit dicey because you can't always hit Mischief. I think Taunt makes Mischief target him, right? Could be way wrong, but it would definitely give him an extra buff either way. Nonetheless, it'd make him target it. So it would do something in theory because nobody else has Taunt. What would you say? Okay, there we go. Anchorite is the next one getting eaten. Fantastic. However, I want to get this freed quickly because I can't risk Corpulent getting anything stolen. No steals and no getting eaten. That's good. Stun on him. Excellent. Okay. Corpulent has really good resistance. Very important. But I don't like risking this stuff. The Corpulent's shields are getting low. 3 turns and 2 turns left. Wow. Corpulent buddy. What's going on there? It should be fine, though. Hey, Diddy, what's going on, dude? We gotta get Brogni back with increased attack. Yeah, those heads took a lot of buffs, didn't they? He's targeting Ragash again. We're in a decent spot. We'll kill this head. Nah, Ragash didn't drop him. Brogni did. Because Brogni has the Perfect Veil. Unfortunately, Ragash gives Perfect Veil to himself as well as a champion with the highest attack, which is Brogni. So, not able to stop that. I'm not able to build Brogni with enough resistance either and keep his damage super high. So it's just something I gotta deal with. Okay, Godseeker nears, it won't be targeted now. We may be in a decent spot as long as Corpulent doesn't get anything stolen. Okay. Maybe I'll start killing his head. Not quite. Pretty close though. Oh my goodness. I was for sure that we would be able to just kill that head and not worry about anything. We don't have Hex on it, so I really don't like to keep targeting it. Because with no Hex, it's just RNG. Maybe you hit the head of Mischief, or maybe you hit the head of Useless. KRISK, which one would you place for Michinaki? Probably Lydia. Actually, definitely Lydia. Well, I think Lydia. Yeah, because KRISK still gives increased speed to everybody. Except for himself. So you'd have to adjust the speeds on him probably a little bit. You wouldn't have to have him in Hex, so you could have him. You wouldn't have to have him in Cursed, so you can make him a bit faster. Excellent. Not having decreased speed doesn't feel great because decreased speed makes a big difference, but we do have increased speed, which is I think required. Lydia or Ragash, depending on who you have. A Void Lego version of Corpulent? Could be cool for numbers' sake, but as far as I guess Acrisia is basically that, right? Acrisia is next best thing. It'd be a little bit insane though. Mithrala? You could use Mithrala, but I don't think she would work great because she doesn't. She brings a hex, but I don't think she'd bring fantastic stuff, right? Trunda does beat Acrisia, yeah, which is crazy. We gotta kill this head of mischief ASAP. Yo, Corpulent Cadaver dodged it again. Onto my Brogni. Let's keep dodging that, buddy. Let's keep dodging that. We got 100 more turns. We got a few more turns to have to be extending shields and stuff. The Head of Torment's the next head that I'm wanting to get rid of. Because those little fears every now and then definitely add up to, oh, well, now the shield's fallen off. But did the shield fall off? Shield, I don't know if it did or not. We have a decent shield. We gotta get our buff extenders back to buff extending. Definitely. Is this the poison? Okay, I don't care so much about poison. I just care about poison cloud mostly. Okay, shield 3, shield 3. No Lanicus for me. Lanicus would be incredible. Gotta get some more damage squeezed out though. Like, turn a little bit slow on the damage, of course. We don't have the weaken from the Lydia. So Michinaki, KRISK, Aniri, Corpulent Cadaver, Emic. If you had Anchorite, it'd be even better. Nia, I think could work. We were playing around with her just a little bit. Very, very little. I don't know what kind of team she would be put into. I think she could work, though. I'm a big fan of Nia. And with Emic in the lead, it'd be all kinds of resets. Good. Corpulent dodged it again. If we can keep this dodging stuff up, it might be all right. It's a small possibility that we're okay. We're not... I think we did drop a shield, though, because we're not hitting that hard right now. We're doing 393, which before I should be, like, way higher. So, oh, man, I am dropping shields. What? That's terrible. I think I did. I'm not for sure. It's hard to know for certain. Without paying attention, of course. So 2 and 2. We got the extension there. You gotta make sure they're all extending and stuff on the right times. Anchorite brings increased crit rate, increased crit damage. So it's really nice for Brogni. Plus an AoE A1. So you could throw him in Hexset Cursed, which is what he's currently in. But, oh, I don't think I'm dropping shields. I think I'm just not paying attention to Brogni. I don't have increased crit rate or crit damage on him. Some real shenanigans going on here. 2 and 2. you ain't building a specific team. I wouldn't build this one if you have KRISK. If you don't have KRISK, I would do this on normal, honestly. This would be perfectly fine on normal. Building a team like this, no problem. But for the sake of saying I could do it, or saying that, yeah, saying I did it, I want to do it on hard. Oh, really? Even if it's lower. If it's lower, wait. If you use a shield buff on someone who has a shield and has lower turns, even a smaller shield, it'll replace it. I don't know exactly what the rules in replacing shields are. Brogny's A3 could just be screwing me up. But Emic places a shield every turn. So, not every turn, but the A2 places a shield all the time. We're definitely scaling damage way slower than it should be, though. Nah, I've not seen him. I've not tried him in arena. Now we're starting to scale up better. Brogny's built with 70% crit rate. Plus I kept missing the increased attack stuff. So I think I was screwing that up myself. My stats on Brogny are good. I'll show you guys after this though. I really just want to kill that head on the far right because he'll take 2 turns and I'll get even closer to killing or eating somebody with Mark of Hydra. Three and 3. Dang, weak hits. Feels bad. All right, Corpulent, can you do 600, almost 700,000 damage? I think 2 million is when we start. Oh man, Corpulent getting eaten again. Oh Lord. All right, I think I'm determined that this ain't worth it. Not on hard, it's not. There's a quick little test. I want to see how fast it would scale in normal. The exact same thing, just taking the normal. The RNG is brutal. It is. And it's because I'm fairly fast. I dropped my speeds quite a bit from what I was doing before. Before I was 300 plus on Anchorite. I dropped the speeds on him. The speeds are much more achievable, realistic. But they're still relatively high, but they're not high enough, I guess, for hard. We'll run this, though. We'll run this one time. I do want to think of a team with Nia. What would you guys think? With a team with Nia, what would it be? Like, who would we play? So she brings decreased speed. She could... and then the cooldown changes. I think it'd be on a team with KRISK. I don't know. Nia actually I think resets Emic, and then Emic will reduce the cooldown on the team. So then you're basically, if you got the speeds correct, you would be having the team be doing the abilities you want them to do almost all the time, right? So, Immic in the lead. His A2 is on a 3-turn. His cooldown reduction is on a 3-turn cooldown. Nia reduces everything by 2 turns, right? All the champion skills. So that's on a 3-turn cooldown too. Nia would have to replace Immic, you think, and her cooldown would alternate Brogni and Buff Extender. If you put Brogni in the lead, then Nia would always reduce the cooldown on Brogni, making him basically use that A2 all the time, or very frequently at least. Lydia, Nekmo, Nia, Immic, Newt, Michinaki. We want to use a Cadaver team though. Newt and Michinaki, it's a good team, definitely. I'm a big fan of that stuff, but though I'm not for sure if Nekmo and Nia are really needed because it's a little bit, a lot of decreased speed there. Probably switch those on different teams, right? But still, it's good. I think I made a team very similar to that, actually. A video of one. Forget what it was. So for this team, I want to put some notes what you need to have. So I'd say Hex, decrease defense and or weaken, increase speed, figure out some of that stuff in a little bit. This one's going much smoother. I mean, we're turn 35. We're going to be hitting for pretty high damage fairly soon. Boom, 268,000 damage. We one-shot these heads so much faster. You're gearing today for Lydia, Corpulent, Anchorite, Brogni, Immic, Dudan on normal. Sweet. Dudan I think is awesome. I want to actually showcase some teams with Dudan on hard, ideally. But look, here we go. We're scaling now. Fix all big. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be a fix on the Corpulent Cadaver points necessarily. It'll be a fix, but I don't think that's what it's going to be. Oh, Brogni. Dude. You gotta get your buffs back up, buddy. Let me see if the shield changes on Corpulent once I do this. No, no change. No noticeable change, that is. How goes the busted hydra strat? So far, so good. This one, I'm playing out around with something a little bit different. I was trying on hard with no KRISK. It was difficult. We had no decreased speed champion. If I could switch out Dudan, instead of, if I had Dudan, it might be a little bit different, but I don't have him, unfortunately, so can't try that. But so far, so good. How's your, you got a newborn, right? MTG? newborn probably a few days ago. I thought I seen you mention something about that on your community page. It's awesome. Super exciting, dude. Congrats. I was going to ask if it was a boy or girl, but I assume it's a boy. He's the best, so. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Busy, busy times. But you already know. You already have a few kids. So. A lot less sleep. We've debated on having a third. I don't know. Maybe someday. Padawan Noah is a very sleepy head. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a babies. They sleep so much. It seems like a crazy amount for the first good chunk of time. How's Rigash in the team? How is he in the team? What do you mean? Or why is he in the team? He's in the team because no KRISK. He brings the ability he mischief tanks. And he gives increased speed to everybody. There's not many with increased speed and decreased speed, are there? Like, who is it? Necmo? The new Void Legendary? Very limited champions, I believe. Rigash is good here, though, I think. I think he's very solid. We're getting very close to finish. How is Rigash in the team? Kimmy, yeah. Different abilities. I was thinking the same skill, but yeah, different abilities. Tio. Yeah, so there's very few. There are some, but not a ton. I guess Necmo has two different abilities, but he uses them kind of like back to back, right? Brogny, why do you not have increased crit rate, buddy? What's going on? What kind of shenanigans are you pulling on me? I feel that 70% crit rate whenever he doesn't have increased crit rate on him. Almost one shot in that head. Ah, Shamrock has decrease and increase. Wait, does Shamrock? Wait a second. What else does Shamrock bring? Shamrock. Increase speed and decrease speed. And then he brings some other buffs and debuffs, right? Rival and Death. Turn meter boost. He doesn't give you the ability to mischief tank though, right? Sham brings beer. Yeah, that's true. He does do that. What's going on, Sam? Not Sam. Taco. Dimboski. Doing great. How are you? Hey, I'm glad you like it, MTG. And I hope everything with the childbirth went smooth, no complications or anything like that. Super exciting time. A lot of this stream was honestly just testing out stuff for this team and then just getting frustrated with it. Because on hard mode, oh man, it was difficult. It wasn't. I didn't get it to work. It could, but I don't want to keep running it into the ground. I think with a perfect RNG, perfect setup, it would finally work. But I don't know how much damage it would do. Still going strong? Yo, Xanthi, what's going on, man? How have you been? How have you been? Well, it would have worked if it ever got eaten. Yeah, it worked until he did. That's exactly right. But if you end it before he does, perfect. Have you gotten a good team for hard yet? Yeah, I did. I actually did a video 2 days ago. That's the team I'm going to use for hard. This team is just because people want to see something without KRISK. That's been the most popular request. And people were telling me in my last video that you can't do it without KRISK. So I was like, well, I got to try to do it without KRISK. I know you can. Definitely. But that was the whole goal with it. So, but yeah, my team that I did yesterday, well, the team that I'm using it did 1.6 billion on hard with KRISK in place of Godseeker and Lydia in place of Urgash on this team. So Brogni, Anchorite, Lydia, Corpulent, Emic, KRISK. Is Cadaver getting nerfed? No, not necessarily. The team may be brought into balance. So Hydra, from what I understand, Hydra may be brought into balance, which I take that as the way the points are applied is going to be different. So maybe you don't earn points based on how much damage you do, but something else. Who knows? But as far as I'm aware, Corpulent is not getting nerfed. Been out of the game for some time. Still see my content. Been good though. Awesome. Awesome. Have you been playing any other interesting games? Anything new and exciting? We're one shot in the heads now. From here on out, it's going to be a relatively smooth run. Tio, Nia, and KRISK are the only ones with AoE decreased speed on the A1. I want to find a team that uses Nia and Emic. That'd be fun. We put a damage limit on each head, like 10% max HP. Simple. I don't think that's a great fix because you still have champions like Turvold who can hit more than that. You have champions who can hit more than that 10% HP threshold. So capping it just hurts those other champions. And capping it for Cadaver just ruins the Cadaver team. Like, you don't want to use it no more, period. I think there's other ways to fix it. Or fix Hydra in general, make it more fair. Because even if you fix that, well, then Shrunda gets changed a lot. So it fixes a lot, it changes a lot, and I don't know. It just, I think there's probably better ways than, say, you can't do more than 10% max HP. Back into WoW, but busy with new job, still in IT. Awesome. The fam is doing good. My wife had a pretty bad foot injury week before last. So other than that, everything's going great. Quite a bit of changes though because of that. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, exactly. They said Shamel would be nerfed, they changed mastery, and that fixed the whole thing. Well, Shamel's not nerfed, thankfully. Well, even though his thing works a little bit weirder than it should, but he's not changed, so. Yeah, Necmo and Cursed. Hex is a very important depot to have in Hydra. It adds a lot of damage to your stuff, especially in this Corpulent team. Very, very important. I did not get Quintus. No, I have not been doing much live arena. I'm still a ways from him. Shamel nerfs the timer and sake. I know. Dude, I hate whenever the poison cloud hits, or place all those poisons, and Shamel is just counterattacking forever. Or anything like that. Anytime he's counterattacking forever, dude, this run is going to be way longer than it should be. But thank you. Thank you. Duchess, pretty solid pull. Dupe, but solid nonetheless. Would I upgrade first? Probably speed. Speed's a really good one to boost, especially if you're having a hard time hitting the speed numbers you need. accuracy and resistance if you're having a hard time on the higher stages of hitting. Also, pretty solid thing to hit. And then like ignore defense and crit damage would be pretty good, I think. I think speed is what most people probably lean towards, though. I'm trying to think about what kind of team I could use Emic and Nia on with. I really think that'd be a lot of fun. Emic, Nia, KRISK, Anchorite, and then Lydia. No, we can't do Lydia. I don't think it would fit. I think you would just have to replace Emic. Without, unless you're just running one buff extender. But would that even work? Would KRISK as the only buff extender even be viable at all? Even if he was getting his cooldowns reset pretty frequently. If he was using his A2 every other turn, one shot on weak hit, yeah, it's crazy. Little tip, do not run on auto. Well, you can run on auto, just click the heads. I'm not doing that because I'm distracted, but he's on cadavers, is pushing you to keep one. What's that put him? Right now he's in a shield set, but it really just depends. Like if it's not in a shield set, if I already had a shield set on my team, I would put him in Retaliation or like Defiant. Retaliation's great though. Yeah, Lanicus is fantastic if you have Lanicus. Other ally attack champions, I think there's better options. Like Lydia and swap with my Cardiel was better. Really trying to think about the cadaver stuff. Oh, the Nia stuff. There we go. Now we're one-shotting heads and then one-shotting the heads with the Hex on them as well. So obviously on normal, not a problem. This team comp's not easy to build. If you have the champions, I don't know. The gear on these champions isn't ridiculous, but just thinking about cadaver stuff. Oh yeah, that's true. Gotta watch that. I mean, I was thinking about corpulent cadaver stuff, of course, right? So let's see. Resetting the run, because I'm not gonna let it finish out. Gotta be ending the stream here shortly, anyways. But Anchorite, I guess Emic is the only one with a crazy speed. This gear is pretty high on him, 301 speed in reflex. I don't think it's needed. Mortician part-time, yeah. 289 actually. Hydra battles boost him to 301. So the speeds here aren't terrible. Maybe they're not super easy to get. But if I did a Nia team, let's see. I put just a little bit of theory craft in here. I wanted to use KRISK, of course. And then we use Nia. He wouldn't be using this A1 very often. It'd be like, So Immic would use his A2, and then she would reset it. 2 turns. So he basically do it again. Had these 2 close in speed. Could be cool. You think turn attack was implemented to kill solo farming? I don't know about killing it because you can still do it. It's just not as efficient for the tournaments, but it's still solid in my opinion. I still do it. I haven't compared the differences though, so I don't know how worse it is. Yeah, screws up. Yeah, Atlanticus is a little bit inconsistent, unfortunately. With this team, we have decreased speed, kind of. Well, from 2 champions, actually, we have decreased speed. Fine. Get Immic with low resistance so that everyone always hits the annoying head. What do you mean? Godseeker, Aniri, and Taras? What in the world? That is crazy. Will he steal the taunt? No, he doesn't. Well, I don't, if he does, I don't know if it... I think we would have to target... I would assume he could. But if he does, it'll still be redirected. Or could still be redirected, I believe. I imagine. I don't know. I don't know how it would work, actually. So here, we could do Lydia, I think. But how would the tune for this be? So Nia would have to be pretty fast. Corpulent had to be pretty slow. Brogni had to be pretty slow. Lydia pretty fast. And then it would just be... like 3-2 or something. Like, KRISK would have to be going 3-2 to Corpulent, I think. Will he steal a taunt? Sorry. You're also working on this team. Do you think Helm Smasher is required on Brogni? You have mine on Giant Slayer for his passive? That's not required. To make this damage go higher faster, but it's not required. See something. Yeah, Brogni at 4K attack, 261 crit damage and reflex. Let me see what mine's at. Whoa. 3.8, 266 crit damage. Oh, I had to rebuild on Brogni for this too if I did that actually. Dang. KRISK Mischief Tanks, which is so good. But I lose my Anchorite. This is probably really just overthinking stuff. It could be fun though. Could it be fun? Would it be fun? I don't know. But guys, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Very much appreciated. We got 58 likes. Let's get it to 60. 60 likes at least. I am going to have to drop off the video though. I'm going to have to head out. So thank you all very much for watching. I do very much appreciate it. I'm going to work on this team a little bit more, run it. I may end up just doing it on normal because right now doing it on hard is pretty difficult with the speeds that I had just because they're so fast. If I could think of another champion who could bring decreased speed plus increased speed plus be a mischief tank, I could do that. I don't know anybody who does it. Decreased speed, increased speed plus mischief tank. Anybody. Anybody. 69 likes, wink, wink. There we go. All right. Before I leave, let me know if anybody thinks of something. You know how many curse pieces? Yeah. Tanix? Wait, really? Decrease speed. No. No increase speed. I'll figure some stuff out though. I'll think about some stuff. I'll get it worked out. Be awesome if I could do it though. Well mannered. Don't swear. Yeah. I never have. So but all right, guys, take it easy. Thank y'all for stopping by. I appreciate it. I'm gonna stick around for too long. I gotta go mow. And take the kids. All kinds of stuff. Later, everybody.